Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world away. It's Tuesday and continuing on with movie and TV week, we got a marathon build today. Today I'm going to be doing 2 packs, you heard that right, 2 packs of the Fanhome release. A build to Michael Bay, Optimus Prime.
My name is Optimus Prime.
So that means we're doing stages 47 to 56. There's absolutely tons to do in this. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you where you can get this if it is still available in your territory. It's in the video description there. There's also a QR code on the screen. And then another thing is we've had some free gifts. Now, because there's 2 packs, I've had 2 free gifts, which is this key ring here. Let me just show you that on that camera. Metal key ring, looking like that. And I need something to hold my booty, if you like, my swag in, and that's because I've got a rucksack, which I think is a perfect size to be taken to Silverstone with me this weekend, because that's where I am this weekend. But pretty cool. We've got some Transformers swag. I don't know if I'm going to be keeping that. I may be giving it away. I don't know yet. We'll have to see on the live streams. And remember, we have got a big live stream on Thursday, July the 4th. We're going to be doing the unveiling of the Stanart Shark. So that's coming soon as well. But let's see how long the marathon build takes. I will let you know the recording time at the end of this video. Without further ado, let's get cracking. So, stage 47 is where we're going to be starting. Here's the magazine, and no idea. This first time I've actually opened this magazine, no idea what we're doing. We're still going to be continuing on the right shoulder. So we've got all these details here. We're adding on to what we created last time, namely this section here. Putting this all together like that. So by the end, it's looking just like that. And here is stage 47 here. Let's get all these parts out. And the first thing we need are this metal section here and this plastic top, which is going to go down the grooves on each side here. I believe there is a way it goes, so I'm going to be putting it this way round, as you can see there. Now the difference is this one's got sort of like a hexagonal opening, and on this side we've just got a round opening there. Doesn't really make apparent in the instructions, because in the instructions it looks like this is a D-shaped opening, but I'm guessing that's the way round it goes. And then through the top, I've got this joint here, which has got some bump sections at the top, which we need to face down. They're going to go in just like that. And then the last thing we need to put in is this top section here, which just goes in this way here. Just checking if there's a direction. No, it fits in just like that there. Now, we need to keep that into place. So we do need to glue this. So let me just gently put that down there. And I'm going to put some glue just on the inner edge of this metal lip here. One this side and one this side, and put that into place. Now I'll let that set. In the meantime, I'm going to be bringing over this section that we worked on in the last pack, and in the spindle in the middle I've got a spring to put on, which just goes in like that, and then that's when I get a chance to put on what we just created just on top here, like that there, and it's actually going to be held in with a screw, which is a PM screw. Now I've got a PM screw just here. It's like a flange screw, but we also need to use a cut washer on this as well. So that's going to go in like that. Cut washer, split washer. I've heard all sorts of names for these. I am going to dip that in a tiny bit of oil, which is just a 3-in-1 oil. So just screwing that in with a PM screw. And there you go. That's in. I can still turn this, as you can see, but that's now in place. Excellent. Now, if you have a look at this side bit here, we've got a keyhole pattern, and that's going to match onto this piece here, which has got a keyhole pattern too. So that's going to go over the top here, so that the notches match, like that. And it's going to be held in place with an SP screw, which I've got here, silver one. Get screwed in fully in the way. Perfect. And then I just need a bit more glue now onto the edges here and the other side here, just on the tops, for this bit of armor plate to go in. So one there and one there. Make sure that's in nice and tight, and that is all there is to do in that stage. So stage 48, here's the magazine. Keep turning, and we are going to be doing more of the right shoulder, lots of little details here to go in, putting this all in place here. So again, by the end, wow, it's looking just like that. And here is stage 48. Now we've used these brackets before, if you remember, in the last pack. So I think this is just going to be a mirror of what we've done before. But the first thing I need are these BM screws here. Get them out. And now what we've created on the shoulder section, the first thing I'm going to do is put this section in here. This is plastic section here. It's just going to go over these two lugs just like that there. It's held in with 3 BM screws. So one in there. And then we just need 2 more to put these in. Now if I turn this over, you can see this ingress here needs a little one of these, I'm going to call them sort of like ratchet discs, which is going to be fitting into here. And we want it facing upwards, so the notch side is facing up. Probably best on the top camera if I show you how that looks there. Now for the next bit, we need this metal bracket here. Now what I've done is, where we put this in this side here, we've got some smaller ones to put in each side here. I've put them in now. It doesn't tell you in the instructions to put them in once it's fitted. I've put them in now because what I'm going to be doing is putting this section in here just like that. Now to hold it in, we've got 2 nuts, but I want the shorter of these 2. So I want this one here. Put that through that side, and I'm going to be attaching it with a lock nut, which is going to be going onto the other side just here. Now to get that in, I'm going to start it off, and then I've got a couple of spanners and wrenches to hold this into place. I do want that in quite tight because I don't want that joint to be floppy, but there we go. That's in place like that. And then what I'm going to do is bring over what we've been working on previously. It's quite heavy, so I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to mirror what I've done on this side here. So when I put this on, it's going to be going on this way, just like that. Sliding this section in just there. Quite a tight fit, but it's in. Perfect. And this is when I need to use the larger of the screws at the top. And ensure that goes all the way through the joint. Now it does take an absolute age to get that screw into the other side here. It takes forever because you get to a point where you're hitting the other head screw. So in the end I just use pliers just to get it enough through this side so then I can tighten it with the spanner from this side. Now obviously this joint moves so you can get to it easily. What I am going to have to do though is hold the top of that there and then tighten it this way. Well, as you can see, that's in there. That took an age. Okay, and just like we did last time, we've now got these little items here. We're going to be making 3 of these, and what we do is we're going to be putting one of these sections here into this section just there like that, and I'm going to be holding that in with a pin just here. So as you can see on this camera here, I have put the air conditioning on because I'm a bit hot. That last stage stressed me out a little bit. Then I'm going to use my duckbill pliers just to push this in. Like that. Make sure it comes out all the way. Make sure the pin comes out that way, and as you can see, that's in place. So I've got to make 2 more of these. And there we go. That's all 3 of those created. Now, I'm going to be taking this section here, plugging that into here like this. There's a hole for this to go into, just like we did on the other side. There you go. Just turn this over to this side, and I'm going to mirror exactly like we've done on the other side there. So, small hole at the top here. Excellent. Then clip this into the top just here. And do the same on this side. Into the hole there. Perfect. And then just around the front here, got 1 more to go in. That's just going to go on this point there. Into this point just there. Perfect. And with those in, That is all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 49, here's the instructions, looking like this. And we are now going to be doing the torso, working on the torso. We've got the other side now of what we created here. So let me just show you this one, because we created this right at the start of the build. So I'm going to be doing this side, mirroring onto this side. So that's looking like this. Just keep turning, so it's going to be looking just like that at the end. I think that's the end, yep. So here's stage 49, get this open. And the first thing I'm going to do is put the glazing into the window here. So it's just going to be going in this way, like that. And it's actually held in with DM screws. These are silver screws, I've got them here. They are metal, so I am going to put a tiny bit of oil on them. And that's going to hold this into place. You don't want to do this too tight, because you don't want to crack the plastic. Once we've done that, we can put that to one side. And I'm just now going to be making the lenses, which are going to go into the headlights. And I do want to use a little bit of glue on this. So what I'm going to do is put a tiny bit of glue just on the end here. Obviously with the brush on glue, that's easy to do. And I'm just going to be pushing these lenses into the end, so they look like that. Now I need to do that 3 times. So now they look like that. Done 3 of those. They're going to go into the top of this section just here. So I'm going to push them in. 1 here, 1 here, and just 1 here. Now at the moment they're not asking me to screw these into place or anything, so they're just going to sit in there, and then it's just a case of putting the windscreen wiper in, which goes in like that. Now I'm just checking that holds itself in tight. We don't need to glue that, but that's all there is to do in that stage. In stage 50, I'm guessing we're continuing what we've just done. Here's the magazine. And we are going to be doing the torso. We've got some electrics now to put in. We're each going to go into the tops here. So that explains about screwing those in there. And then we're going to be mounting this whole section to the torso of Optimus Prime. So got that here. Let's open that up. So this is what we created in episode or stage 2, I believe. So this is the one we just created. This was stage 2. It's this one I want first. I'm going to put it this way round, and I also need the lights that look like this, which are labelled K. And I'm going to be putting this into place over here. So I'm just getting this the right way round. Now I do think the instructions have got these the wrong way round, because this is the one that we had from stage 2. And I'm sure that this is supposed to match the gap that we've got in there just like that. But this one is labelled L. And in the magazine, I'm sure they're telling us that that should be K. But I'm putting L in because that matches perfectly on there, as you can see, just like that. Now to hold that in, I'm going to be using some YP screws. So I need 3 of these. Get them into place. That's 1. Hold the headlight with your finger from the other side as well. That one's 2. Again, going into plastic, don't make it too tight. This one, hold it from behind, is 3. So now they're in place there, and it is lit. Now, do exactly the same on the other side. As you can see, this one's labelled K. It's following the same angle before, into there like that. 1 there, and then just 1 on this side. Bring over what we've been working on here. This is going to be fun. So I want it this way round when I put it in. I want to make sure the wires coming out from this section here are going over the top of this section just here, like that. And I'm going to be putting the front on. Now the front is just going to be going over this plate here. Get that in nicely, just like that. Excellent. Now it's held in with 2 AP screws, just like that. Now I'm going to use my PH1 screwdriver to get that as tight as I can get it. And now what I want to do is hide all of these holes. So we have got some caps for these looking like this. So just going to put the caps into position. One this side, push down. Excellent. And one the other side. They sort of mould themselves around the shape of this section here. And I've got two other caps now just to put in that are going to be going into these two top sections here. Now I don't know whether they're meant to be flat side down or up. I'm putting them with the flat side down. Just like the detail a bit more there. Push them in. Perfect. And to finish that off, I could just put the windows back in. So they just go into these holes just here. I've got two lugs basically. We push them in. So one in this side. And then I can do the same on the other side. Now it's not asking us to put the other side ones in yet. I'm guessing because we need to put this side in here. But that's kind of how it's going to go. In stage 51. Here's the magazine. Looking like this. And we are now going to be doing the door by the look of it on the torso, putting some glass in that, getting that together. So now that's just looking like that. Nice quick stage. And just like we started with the last one, we've got the metal door here. I'm just going to be putting the window in. So the window is going to be going in that way there. And it's held in with these two DM screws. All I've got left then is the door mirror, which I'm going to just do a quick dry fit on. It's going to go on this way just like that, but it is going to need some glue just on the pins. So just touching each pin and perhaps that base there just with some glue, just to get that in place here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Make sure that those pins are in all the way. Excellent. So now that looks like that. And that's all there is to do in that stage. Now in this marathon build, that means we've now moved on to the next pack. So we're on stage 52 now. This is the magazine. Looking like this. And as you can see, we're still working on the torso. This is that bit that we haven't added before yet. So I'm going to be putting this together and then adding this in just like that, including the door. So here's stage 52 here. Get that open. And the first thing I want to do is bring over the door that we worked on in the last stage. And I'm going to be putting this little bracket on here. Now the bracket's going to go on this way, just like that. It's held in with 2 AM screws. Gently put that down. I don't want to break that wing mirror. And get this screwed in. So now that's in like that. And in the same time, we're just going to be taking this section here and I'm going to be putting a bracket in this. That fits in just like that, that way around there. And it's going to be held in once again with AM screws. So one there and just one on the other side. Bring over what we've been creating before. And just like we did on this side, I'm going to be snapping this one into position on this side here. I've just noticed this bit on this side. Now, my one on the other side has fallen off. And I have got that here, but I didn't know where it came from. So I'm just about to put that back on. So as you can see, these now can tilt either way, just like that. Excellent. Just going to put that to one side one more time. And just bring over now this part of the window that we hadn't fitted yet. Because I've got these top sections to put in yet. So I've got these 2 little brackets here which need to go into the holes just there, which means I need to use these tiny EP screws to get this in. I've got a tiny screwdriver for those screws. I find it easier to actually just start the screws going onto this section here, like that, and then offer this up to this. And once you've got one screw in, it's quite easy to align the other one. Perfect. So there we go, that's that bracket on. And then this is just going to be fitting into these holes here. And it's just a push in. So that now looks like that. Looks like number 5's little eyebrows there, doesn't it? We can then bring this over here and push this into the end here. Get the 2 points in and push that down. And as you see, we've got all of these cables coming out now, which I can plug into the board. So it's just a case of matching up the letters with the board numbers that we've got down here. So I'm going to plug them in now. So N here is going into the very corner plug at the back. M goes into the middle at the back. And L and K are just at the front here. Now all of these letters, when they go in, if you're unsure of what sort of polarity they are, which way the pins go, just make sure the letters are on your left. So there we go, that's all the leads just plugged in there. Now I'm guessing they probably will eventually need to be tidied up so they don't interfere with this place where the head's going to go in there. Don't know, I'll figure that out, but I will just tuck them in there just for now, otherwise, you know me, they're going to get in the way. The only thing left to do then is just to put the door on, and that's just going to be going onto this side here, onto this ball joint. So push it on, just like that. And that is all there is to do in that stage. In stage 53, we haven't made the other door yet, so I'm wondering if that's what we're going to be doing. Let's have a check. We're going to be making the other door. So just putting that in and putting that onto what we've done. This is going to be easy because we've already done it once. So let's just cut open this box, get everything out here. And exactly like we did last time, what I'm going to be doing is putting the window into here like this and holding that in with DM screws. And then we've got this bracket going in just like last time over the top with AM screws. Take the wing mirror off, and again just put some glue just on the tabs on the end and in the middle, tabs on the end and in the middle. Then I can put that into position here. You will find it helps if you use your screwdriver just on the base. Whatever you do, don't touch the plastic sections on the side there. And when that's in, it looks just like that. And then again, bringing over what we've been working on before, I'm just going to be pushing this door into position just here, just on the ball joint. There you go. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So I am guessing we are coming to the end of the torso sections now. So this is stage 54. And we're going to be working on still some torso section here, a large section here with some screws, which is going to be going into the back by the look of it, just like that. And quite simply, to do this section, all we're going to do is have this way round, past this lead that's coming out the side, through here like that. So it's fitting over these sections just here. And I'm going to need 5 IP screws to screw this in. Now, if I screw the middle one in first, just to line everything up, there you go. Then it's going to line up the other 4 screws. So just get all of these in. Perfect. And with that in place, that's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 55, this is the penultimate stage of this pack. 2 packs together, remember, we've done. We're going to still work on the torso. Some little sections here just to create. We've got some details just to put on. So now that's looking like that. So to start this stage, we're just going to be taking this piece first. And that's just going to be going into the side just here. It's only a clip in, so line everything up and then clip it in. I am still resting this on something here just to keep those doors from hitting the floor. Do the same on the other side. So this one's going to go in here. Perfect, and that's pushed in. I can put that to one side again, because I'm just going to make up this section here now, which is a fuel tank. We've got some, got some details to put on that. So first detail I've got looks just like this. This is basically going to be going this way round onto the top. There is some slots in this, so it's going to look just like that. It's not telling me to glue it in, it's just a push in, so that's all I'm going to do. I'm wondering if I should be gluing that in. Doesn't say anything about not. I think I am just going to put a tiny bit of glue just onto these points here, because that's going to go on like that. And then we're actually going to screw this into what we've just been creating. So once again, put this down. And this is going to be going this way round into the position just there. Now that's held in with DP screws. And then what that means is we do have this one piece left over, but we don't actually use that because that is all there is to do in that stage. Which means the last stage of this 2 packs is stage 56. Here's the instructions. And I think we're going to be adding some details to that, just looking like that. We've got a battery box to put in, looking like that. That's actually going to go into the fuel tank. That's very clever. That's a great place to hide the batteries. And then we're just going to be putting some more detail here. So this is the final stage of that pack. Get everything out. And with the battery box, it's just a case of actually just taking this section and putting that on top there and using some AP screws to screw this together. I'm not going to put any batteries in it yet. I don't want to go shorting things out. So, but let's just get the AP screws in each side. One that side and one this side over here. Now, as you can see, we've got a switch on it. On the other side, we are going to be mounting the switch in. So I can actually just remove that. And the switch is going to be going on top of this side, just into these points here. Again, held in with AP screws. And now, if you see the lead at the bottom of the battery box, it's labelled C. I'm just going to be plugging that into the C connection of this board, which is this one here. Get that in. Perfect. Now, this cable here, B, that's coming out, if you look on the sidewall of the tank, we've got a hole. I'm going to pass that through the hole. Just, whoops, get it out from the other side there. So cable B is now coming like that. And I'm going to be plugging that into the vacant area on the battery port here. Just like this. And then I can slide this whole battery box into that section just like that there. That's very clever. Now I've just noticed that this battery box is on the wrong way around. See, I leave my mistakes in because I make mistakes so you don't have to. The reason I know that, let's just use this screw, is because you see that little catch that I've got there? I need that to be on the bottom because this battery box is actually secured into place. So with, again, these same screws. So if I show you again, this goes into the side here. And then I'm going to load up an AP screw. And probably on the top camera, you can probably see what I need to do. I need to put a screw down the top to put this into place. Now I've got to ask the question, do you actually want to screw this into place? Because if you do, how do you change the batteries? There we go, that's in place just like that. Now we need to cover the tank. So we do have this lid here. It can only go in one way because of the shape of how this is. So it actually goes in that way there, and that's covering the battery box now. That is a very clever way of hiding the batteries. I can put that to one side, and the last thing we're going to be doing is just doing this left back plate here, which looks like this. All I'm going to be doing is turning it around this way and putting this bracket in to this side here. Get that in. And it's just a push in, so it clips in just like that. And on top of it, I've then got this section just like that. That's actually going to be going over the top to hide the back panel there. Now remember, we still have this part left over. I haven't used this yet. And we have this part, but that's all there is to do in this stage. That's all there is to do in this pack. So I'm guessing that means we definitely have to look at what we've created because we've done loads. As you can see, we've got the doors here, which are obviously on a ball joint so they can open and close. We've got these sections here. Well, we've done loads. Check it out. Looking just like that. Both the shoulder sections are in, and there's the back section. But quite big, isn't it? Looking good. 2 packs. Can you believe that? Recording time, 2 hours. Took 2 hours to do that. If you want to get this for yourself and it is still available in your territory, you'd have to check. There is a link in the video description and there's also a QR code on the screen, but I really hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.